seem decent, so to make a better living for themselves and be a better citizen and, and build their community, When you have some extra money and if you don't struggle that much, something like that, you even be happier. And you can be, enjoy more each other and and get more blessings. Be ready to get more blessings to all of us, in between. And so, one thing, el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
Pueblo unido jamás será
vencido. Pueblo unido jamás será vencido. And the minimum wage has to go. $7.40 has to go. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priscilla Majyck. And yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
We have Samantha Drake from Three Rivers. Another story about the lack of what minimum wage isn't getting us. It ain't getting us too far, is it? Sam.
Hello. My name is Samantha Drake, and this is my daughter, Aubriella. I'm a 20-year-old, hardworking, single mother, originally from Flint, Michigan, but I now reside in Three Rivers, Michigan. The current minimum wage has affected our lives in many ways, and I believe that a hard day's work deserves a fair pay. The city that I am from took a major hit when the auto industry floundered in 2008. I watched a once prosperous town turn into a struggling slum. After this, in 2010, my mother's house was foreclosed on. She had become disabled and could not make the mortgage payments on her own because we had lost my father 4 years prior with no life insurance. I found myself on my own at the young age of 16. I started applying to as many jobs as possible and was lucky enough to find some part-time position, and even those are rare. I lived like this for a year, barely making things meet, only sometimes paying my bills, sometimes spending periods of time with all of my stuff in my car. I have always been a hard worker. I was in school full-time, working a second shift job at the mall, a third shift one at the diner, and receiving help from Social Security for the loss of my father, a U.S. Naval veteran. My waitressing job paid $2.65 an hour in a city where no one tipped and with a boss that did not care. $2.65 is an impossible wage for a server to live on. Therefore, I had the retail position at the mall, which had scarce hours. Our customers did not have the extra money to spend on unnecessary clothing, and there were high rates of shoplifting in our penurious area. Both had major effects on our profits. However, I was doing well, better than I had in a long time. I signed a lease on an apartment in a good area where I would be safe on my own. Cash was tight, but I was managing okay. Then something surprising happened. I had become pregnant. Due to my health problems, I didn't think it would happen without planning. My young boyfriend had begun staying with me and looking for a job, which was not an easy task. There are multiple highly qualified candidates for each open position. He had no experience or completed education. In January of 2012, I became very sick. I was working and going to school so much that I hardly had time for sleep. I found myself in the emergency room with a threatened miscarriage. They said that I was overworking myself and had to give something else up. I felt that I had no choice but to give up pursuing my education so I could work more. Little did I know that this decision would end the hope from Social Security due to my age. Therefore, no matter how hard I worked, I could not get a fair day's pay. I was left not knowing how I would support my soon-to-be family and myself. Bills left unpaid. I was 6 months pregnant without power reading an eviction notice. I was forced to move into a pop-up trailer in my boyfriend's parents' driveways in the March of 2012. I had saved up enough money to give us into another home in the start of July, 2 weeks before she arrived. Without my mother's help with transportation and needed supplies for my soon-coming newborn, I would never have been able to make it through the dilemmas of that time. My boyfriend had yet to find a reliable job, and I was forced onto maternity leave with no pay. I started to get a real grasp on my fears for my little girl's future. What would happen to us? I love my baby so much, and I would love to give her the world. What kind of life would I be able to provide living that way?